Well, how do you do, buckaroos? I was doing an experiment here. I just did a live video, but I had a little bit left of 3 different beers, so I thought I'd do a regular video that I'll put out later. But anyways, so I had the High Life. We're in 329 for a 4-pack. Well, this was $5.99 for a 6-pack, so it's a little bit more. And then I have a Boulevard KC Pills I have here. The $7.79 a 6-pack, a little bit more than the macros, but especially these second-tier macros. But it was only 80 cents more in the store that I bought it at than the macro that I choose not to mention. Anyways, so let me show these. I did notice when I pour these, now that I've got the camera going, both heads have dissipated quickly. But the head did last longer on the slits here in the Radeberger glass. It poured a little tighter. The aromas are practically identical, with maybe slightly more herbal from the Schlitz. Grainy, grassy, tinny. Much the same here, but I find it to be just a little bit less sweet than the Miller. I also find it to be a touch drier, a little bit cleaner and crisper. So if I had to pick one of these two, drinking them side by side, I believe I'd pick the Schlitz. I do find it a little bit less cloyingly sweet. I'm sure they both use corn syrup, but I'm finding the Schlitz a little bit less offensive. I'm going to take a drink of the Boulevard, which is an all malt Pilsner. Again, $7.79 a 6-pack. It does cost a little more. But again, it's only 80 cents more than the macro that everybody knows, that buys everybody. How about that? I'm trying not to give out the name, but excuse me. The nose is cleaner. You get a hint of sweetness from the nose, but it's the Pilsner malt that you're feeling rather than the corn syrup. And there it is, a dry, clean Pilsner finish. They base this recipe off of a classic Kansas City brewery, how beer was done before Prohibition. So I'd like to think, and there's certainly evidence to support this, that I think most craft beer did taste like this at one time, or craft Pilsner, or most beer tasted like this at one time. But over the years, I mean, breweries have tried to dumb down palates to save money and make a buck, and now we have generations that only know some of these beers that taste like this. They taste like, these sickeningly sweet beers, and they think that's what beer is supposed to taste like. This is what beer is supposed to taste like. This is a classic Pilsner. This is what American beer once tasted like. It is a shame that it's now come to that, but this is what it used to be, and I wish this is what it was again. I would love to see those classic brands make the recipes how they once were. Like Schlitz for a while was marketing their classic 60s recipe. Well, screw that notion. Don't make a classic 60s recipe. Make the recipe how it was done. I mean, go way back, go further, and make the beer how it was supposed to be made, man. Because this is brilliant. So there you go. That's my experiment. That's my soapbox. But the bottom line is, a lot of people like those crap beers. They think that's what it's supposed to taste like. So for those that'll say, Tom, you're being snobby, well, maybe a little bit, but it's about quality. If this is the flavors you like, by gosh, have at it. I mean, if you prefer a bar-ass hot dog to to a good Vienna beef dog, well, that's fine. I mean, they're certainly cheaper, they're more accessible. But you can't say it's equal quality, because it's not. So I just want to be honest with what we're dealing with. So there you go. Hey, I am Tom Beer Whisperer. Mama Lucci from Lee Diamond. I got my blues channel playing here. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker. That's gonna hurt tomorrow. Oh. Oh yeah, that hurt a little bit now. Anyways. Cheers. Beer like it's supposed to be right there. Yeah, sometimes a Pilsner is what hits the spot, for me anyway. Sometimes you want just easy drinking beer, something you don't have to be pretentious over. But it doesn't have to be laden with corn syrup. You know, I would just wish some of those breweries would be honest and just go back to making an honest beer. So there you go. An all-around good guy. I forgot to say that earlier. Have a good one.